What's going on, guys? It's RPG Zeke here, coming at you with another video, or should I say pilots? Today is the day of the unboxing of the Gundam card game is officially upon us. This is from, well, you probably heard that car driving outside, but I'm not redoing the intro because that was solid. But this is the Gundam beta box I was able to secure. Not one, not two, not three, not four. Four. I secured four. I almost lied. But I got four of these beta boxes, and that's what we're going to be doing in the unboxing series until I obviously run out of boxes. If you are new to the channel, how this works is I will do a box once a week. For Gundam, I think I'm going to do uploads on Fridays. And then these unboxings are going to take us into the ending week of March, which is when the final send-off event for Battle Spirit Saga, I know unfortunate, will be happening, and I will also be there. So if you are in that area or playing at the card event in Pasadena, California, I will see you there, and if you see me, say hi. But I don't know what you look like. I know that's the best part. Nobody knows. Anyways, let's get into the unboxing. The first thing I will say is, as I was trying to set up this really nice little cool backdrop to obviously show off I'm some kind of a Gundam fanboy, white on white is really hard for the top-down camera. So we might not be able to see all the intricate details until I unsleeve this bad boy, and you can kind of see we have a nice plastic sleeve on the box itself. Lots of designs, the very cool Gundam logo, and then contents of the box, everything to read on the back. If you have Googled this box at all, you've probably already read this 3 or 4 times, waiting for your boxes to show up if you were part of the first wave of the P Bandai situation. And the box itself, which is super pretty, has a nice little traced outline here of RX-78. You can't really see it, and it's so hard. I'm trying, guys. Maybe once I flip to the other camera. I do an unboxing with 2 cameras, which is usually pretty fun, and we do this all live. I don't really go back in and snippet these all that much, but there is a lot of cool gloss highlights, which, again, super unfortunate. Very hard to see white on white when it comes to this camera. But let's flip it to the other screen just real quick. What's this? He redid all the art. I did. I had time on my hands. So you can kind of see it shows it a little bit better. Yeah, look at that. I can't get over how pretty these boxes are. And obviously I'm not the only one that's taken notice of it. I have seen a lot of people in the Facebook group do really cool cutouts for these things, because as we get to the unboxings, your cards, your dice, everything that's contained in here is laid out in a pretty format. And obviously a lot of other people like that too. So they found ways of 3D printing a way of still keeping your cards in your box and the dice and making it all look nice and neat, and taking this to locals, which it is a pretty nice box. This is definitely not like a typical booster box, not that flimsy cardboard or anything else like that. Let's go back to the top down for a moment. Yes, yes. All right, let me get this guy out of the way for a second. Let's open it. I'm seeing it the first time too. I've not opened any of these, so this is my first time doing it. Let's see. All right, so you're greeted with a topper in these boxes. I happen to get Wing Gundam, and we'll kind of flip to that moment here on the top-down camera, but you're guaranteed one of these LRs, which I believe is the rarity for this guy. This guy should be part of the starter deck based on the wording we have in the corner, as we'll see here in a moment. But yeah, so my first Gundam card officially is Wing Gundam, so I'm like super stoked about that. The rare things to get in these boxes, as we kind of like chip away at it, is there's resource cards in here, because Gundam is played with a using resource cards, as opposed to if you're used to Battle Spirits, which is the other half of my audience. You use the little cores. In this, you use up to 10 cards only, and you kind of ramp those cards one at a time, unless a card obviously gives you an extra resource. So that is pretty cool. But there is a holographic version of that resource card only in the beta box so far as we know, so that is really interesting. We've got the playmat here in the rules. For sake of saving time, I'm not going to do an unboxing of this. I did decide to use one of my other game mats, flipped it around, so it showed the back end of it, so it's just black. Because yeah, I don't have a Gundam playmat, but once we get one, we will essentially cycle this out for the future unboxings. Again, official box sets do not come out until July. So July. We've got quite a lot of time to kill, but until then we have the beta boxes to kind of tide us over. We've got card packs, cards, and dice as this little traced outline thing, which is pretty cool. It's detailed for I don't know what reason, but I mean, it's sick. I don't know if there's like more importance to this that I'm lacking, but maybe just a separation from the topper, the playing rule book, and then the cards themselves. Before we get into the resource cards or the things you're guaranteed in the beta box, I do want to look at the dice. I've seen crazy things on the internet with people trying to sell these dice. Are they cool? Absolutely. Let me flip the camera here for you. Are they worth $30 a dice? I don't think so. People out there selling this stuff for crazy money. I made a joke. I was like, you know, what if we just take the air that the beta box existed around, put that in a candle and sold that? I think we'd have some buyers. Let's look at this dice, huh? These are nice. Oh, you hear them? Those are good dice. I like that. That's cool. All right, so we've got a little silver going on here. Reflects light a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I was getting worried because some of the art that we were shown for these, as you see, like my badgered thumbs here. Horrible, horrible. All right. But the thumbnails and stuff that I've seen, or like, because I haven't seen these in person, so these are actually a lot cooler than I thought. Big fan of these. But I was scared they were going to be not as visible based on a lot of the imagery. You can absolutely see these. I mean, sure, it's silver, but honestly, it's like an off shade. It's like a pencil gray. Think of it like graphite or pencil gray. That's the best way to describe what I'm seeing. Very cool. I like these quite a bit. All right, let's move these to the side. I'm sure by the end of this unboxing series, I'll probably knock one of these off the table, throw the wrapper on the floor, and we're going to continue. Let me switch this over. I don't really have a method to this madness because I've never had a box take up so much room before, so we're going to see how this goes. Ooh, styrofoam. Look. Or actually, this is nice. That's probably going to stay in there. That's actually really cool. All right, so let's get to the resource stuff first. This is pretty much going to be the same in all of the decks, again, unless you have the ability, the luck to pull the holographic resource cards. Let's see what we get. Are we lucky in this first box? Maybe not. Also, my expectation for my unboxing, pretty low. If I get an alt art, I don't know if I'm hanging on to it, I'll be honest. These things are selling for like crazy high value, but we're going to see what we get. Let's take a look at these cards, huh? I'll try to get better about moving my thumb out of the way. It's been a little bit since we've had an unboxing, so let's go through it. We've got Gundam. So in this, the way you could tell what's going on here to kind of preface the card, since it's our first time looking at it together, we've got the level of the card in the corner. Oh, I gotta cut this probably a little bit. Just so I can hold it better. Level in the corner, meaning that's how many resource cards you need in order to actually even start thinking about this guy. The cost, how many resource cards you would need available to actually play the guy. And then we've got the attack and the defense, or your HP, since damage is carried over between instances. So if this guy is smacked by something that's a 1/1, for example, this guy would take 1 damage and the other guy hitting you would die. So then we've got the branding on the card corner. Let's see if I can get this guy to focus. Please focus for me. Come on, baby. There we go. GD01, 013 common, and this little beta marker here that you're hopefully able to see on the camera represents it's from the beta box. But this should mean it's coming in the first booster box, which is going to be labeled GD01, which they have announced. Again, that is the box set coming out in July. So we get two copies of RX-78-2 Normal Gundam, 2 copies of GM. Again, I gotta go slower on this because it's our first time seeing it. These things are sick. Amuro Ray, Pilot. The Gundam interaction here, unlike Digimon, or maybe a little bit closer to it than I'm realizing, is when you have a card, like a Gundam card, for example, and it's saying, hey, in the corner here, this card is an Earth Federation white base team. Okay, cool. So if cards proc off of that, you have that information, and then you have the pilot here, which means Amuro Ray. So if you have this guy in play, and then you also have everything you need or required to play Amuro Ray, pilots are not played on their own to the side of the Gundams or the units. They're played under. So you would take Amuro Ray, for example, and he's got, when paired, choose 1 enemy unit with 5 or less HP and rest it. So I would play him for 1. He would go under the Gundam, and as you can kind of see here, they stack. And the artwork is pretty cool. And so now you know that your Gundam here is not only 3/4, meaning 3 attack and 4 HP, he's got a bonus. +2, +1. So then that would be the total. And because it's an Amuro Ray, and it meets the requirements, that means this guy could actually attack the same turn if you were able to play all this in one go. So pairing is putting a pilot under a Gundam, from my understanding, is the vocab. And then linked is when you meet this requirement. And when you're linked, that's when you get all these other things. So pretty cool. From this one, I know it's when paired, I think you'd be able to do it. Maybe I'm full of it. Somebody correct me in the comments. Unfortunately, I have only been able to play a couple of games on this on proxies or tabletop simulator, and it's been a lot of fun. I've been waiting, trying not to spoil myself until I got my cards, but here we are. Now we're going to dive full on in and start doing a lot more games, especially with some of the favorites. Main deck masters, of course. Maybe we can get Cosmic or maybe even a Spira if he's got time to spare to get in on here. We've also got some new guys in the Gundam community, and if you guys didn't know, I will usually link a whole bunch of other Gundam or TCG content creators that I think have a good vibe or that I think are a healthy mindset for game state and where you should be looking for information. And I will have those linked once again down in the description below. So definitely check them out. If I didn't say your name out loud, it's okay. I got more videos to go and I don't really have everything pulled up in front of me. So, all right. The other thing too is a little different compared to Digimon, and the thing I was talking about is that cards just stack in a different way compared to Digimon. Again, you would play a Gundam unit, the Gundam or the pilot would then go under the unit itself, and then you would get those extra things, those bonuses. Then we have something that's a little bit different, which is we have what's called a base. So kind of like Digimon, or I think One Piece also has it as well. You have what's called shields, which are 6 cards from your deck flipped over onto the side. Which is essentially if you lose all of your shields and then you are hit by the opponent, you then lose the game. And that's essentially how you're trying to beat your opponent. Bases are the things they have to ram into first before they start checking your shields. Your shields, each one has an HP of 1. This obviously has an HP of 4, meaning if your opponent only had a couple of units that were really small, they would have to hit this guy at least a couple of times, or potentially only once if something had 4 damage, for example. And then usually there's something here that the base is doing for you, helping your game state out, helping you survive. Right now, I think for all these guys, if you had a base in your shield, I think all of them make you choose a card. Yeah, usually they get sent to hand or deploy this card. I don't know, just depends. But a lot of the bases right now are working in a way where, like, if they're hitting your shield area, or if you play them, you have to take a shield. So it's interesting. I think there's some cool parts to it. Again, I'm not here to really talk about deck builds or cards that I have preferences or personal favorites of. Unless, of course, your name is Hiro Yui, then sure. I'm probably going to have a green and white deck from what I've seen or how I like to play the game. So that's probably going to be my go-to. Hiro Yui, absolutely great pilot. Really cool to see that they give you not 1, but 2 of that card to start just in the beta box. That's awesome. One of the bases here, St. Gabriel Institute, excuse me. Sorry, typical TCG player, not reading. Zaku 1, probably the most hated card by a lot of people. Who knew? Right, Strike Gundam. Man, these cards are pretty. Jesus. Seeing them in other people's YouTube videos, you're always like, oh, just whatever. This feels good. I like the feel of this. This feels good. The prints on it is really cool. I like the border and how we get more imagery. I feel like a lot of games, or at least prior TCGs, have suffered from like just not giving us enough art in terms of what's displayed, and I really like the layout of the Gundam cards. These are super slick. A whole lot to be shown. Very easy to read. I don't have to start doing, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000, or whatever the case is. I can just talk in small numbers because I have smooth brain. Kira Yamato, one of the better pilots. Alongside Hiro Yui. Archangel. Man, they give you a grip. You get at least 2 of these for everything I've shown. There is token cards, which is what these guys are. Token unit. As you can see, it's branded here. So if you have something that summons a token, you would be pulling these guys up. Gun cannon. That's so sick. So cool. Gun tank. And then, I don't know if I've already said it or not, but the way these videos will work is the first one typically is going to be the longest because I'm going to stop, pause, talk about a lot of things that are on my mind or things that I am seeing. And then as we kind of go through it, I will kind of shorten the videos up because I'm not going to be talking about too much, but we will look at the card art quite a bit. And then we kind of just go from there. All right, EX resource, sick. So the way this works is if you go second, not only do you get your one resource to start, you get what's called an EX resource. So being turn 2 player puts you at a slight advantage, but the way EX resource works is if you use it, it's gone. So if you do want to use this towards something, as soon as you use it, you no longer have that in terms of your level, because again, levels are how many of this resource card has to be available to you. Meanwhile, the cost is how much you have to pay. So if that was a 3-1, for example, I would have to have at least 3 resources, and the EX resource is included towards that total. So that's pretty cool. And then you will have cards that give you an additional EX resource. This is the typical starting base. Doesn't do anything fancy. It's just at the start of the game, you throw this guy down. Everybody starts with 3 HP at the beginning. These 2 have already been shown in different artworks and are a hot commodity to try and collect. All right, our first resource stuff. No hollows, unfortunately, but we've got 3 other boxes to get into. So again, the thing you might be able to get is the beta box in a hollow variant for the resource. So resources can come hollow, which is pretty sick. All right, so now let's move on to our actual boosters. The main hits we are looking for in these booster boxes are more of cards like this, so our LRs. Got 4 boxes, and I think 4 boxes is what you need to guarantee yourself a playset, plus an additional 1 or 2 of one of the 4 LRs that come in this. You get 1 in the topper, and then I think you're supposed to get 3 in the box. And then the other thing you could potentially get is, what's the word I'm looking for? Alt arts. Alt arts are selling for crazy price. This is not a market watch. I'm not here to promote that stuff right now, but it's crazy. One of these alt arts, or several singles of them, have sold for like thousands of dollars. It's just crazy. You guys are crazy. You obviously like Gundam and you hate your wallets. I can respect that. I get it. Been there. I understand. All right, so let's go through it. Soletta Mercury from which from Mercury? Which of Mercury? This is unfortunately not a series I was too big or hyped on. I think it was too short in my opinion. I would have liked another 25, 24 episodes, but here we are. And if that's really, I guess, the only thing I can say about it is the fact that like it was just too short. Okay, that's fine. Oh yeah, I gotta remember, we're going through this for the first time. I've been looking at these like on databases and other people's videos, so I'm just like wanting to whip through these, but let me slow it down a little bit. Deploy, place one EX resource. I don't know why I can't say that. Wing Gundam, Bird Mode. Maganak. Peaceful Timber. Ketra, Rababa Winner. I probably said it the Toonami way, and I apologize. Marcinus? Ride Marcinus? Riddy Marcinus? Thoroughly damaged. Yes, he is. Even his little IV bag right here. Look at this guy. Having a good time. Choose one enemy arrested. Probably not going to focus too much on reading in this one. Maybe I will in a little bit. Gould Jeddurk? Gould Jeddurk? Oh man, I'm going to get flamed in the comments for this stuff. Michaelis. Hey, let's go. Okay, so this is one of the LRs, again, the way we can tell. Upper corner, a LR starter deck. So this will probably be the starter deck variant for the white and whatever the other color combo is. Really, I should probably have a cheat sheet out in front of me to talk about this stuff. But okay, this is what I'm really good at when it comes to the unboxing, is showing you the texture hits. Look at that. I know on the Wing Gundam we couldn't see it because it's behind plastic, and I'm going to leave it in there for the time being. But look at that. The hard edges, everything coming up to the point here as he pulls the beam saber out. That's sick. I don't know why that flickered. I might edit that out. We will see. All right. Maybe not. Maybe we're good. That was weird. How cool is that? Ugh. And then all of it, oh, the texture. This is a multi-layered texture because you have the thick texture on the boldening from the lines on the shield leading all the way up into the Gundam. It has like a good outline. And then you have waves and distortions leading into the giant power of the beam saber getting pulled out. So cool. So cool. Okay, so LRs we'll put to the side. The rest of the stuff will stack right here, and we'll just keep going. This first video, I'm expecting it's going to be like 30, 40 minutes. I don't know. I'm guessing at this point. Gundam aerial. Bit on form. A base. Nice. M1 ashtray. Same guy we just saw a moment ago. Thoroughly damaged. So I'm assuming the rare hits are the last card in the thing. Cheng Wu Fei. The fact that I can play with Gundam Wing cards is, guys, I cannot express to you how happy that makes me. I didn't think I'd be in a situation where I'd be able to play with actual Gundam trading cards. This is so cool. Loto. Heyo. And this guy is hollow. But no, this is not an LR. This is just a rare. Very cool, though. Flat texture on the Gundam Unicorn unit itself, and then everything else, including visor, as you can see, is where the holographic is coming from. Very cool. I will put rares just in here. I have to sort all this, and I didn't expect to get these boxes until like second week of March. So I will say this, P Bandai, the shipping, when they say, hey, we're shipping on, this day and you get the alert, they mean it. I don't know what's going on. Usually you have to wait forever, but this is nice. Gundam bird mode. Try to get this to focus a little bit better. That'd be great. Full Mel, another base. Again, it's so cool because you can easily tell what's going on. So this is a command, meaning not only can this guy actually do an action, you can use him in terms of like a magic card or something to that effect, depending on your game, or a flash card if you're coming from Battle Spirits, or as like an option card, Digimon related. And then he's also a pilot. So this is a situation where he can be both a pilot and a command card. So multi-utility from one card, which is pretty cool. First Contact, unfortunately I've heard bad negative things in testing for that card. This card's awesome, a show of resolve. One of the only other ways we get to draw, right now this game is going to be played a little bit slower than I think a lot of people are realizing. Because draw, or at least innately draw on these beta boxes, doesn't really exist. Not innately, not like pulling half your deck, and there's no search options at this present moment. Let's go, Sharazaku 2. Hollow. This whole thing's shiny. This whole thing's shiny, minus the mobile suit part, kind of like Unicorn Gundam. Very cool, though. Very cool. Alright, I'll put that guy on the top. It's whatever. How many boosters do we get? I don't even know. So that was 2. We got 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 15 boosters? Nice. Nice. All right. Next one. Does it even tell us what we have here? Usually tells us card contents. I'm usually better about that. Card rarities. 51 types in total. Why is this thing like not? Come on, man. Focus! 24 common, 15 uncommon, 9 rare, 3 legend rare. That is true. Because right now we only have 3 colors, which is green, white, and blue. There is another color coming that's already been announced, which is red. And that will be coming at a later time with GDO1 as well as starter decks. Jigen, Ball, absolute unit. Absolute unit, that card. Banagher Lynx. Probably said that wrong. It's okay. Just keep going, Chief Fighter. Heavy Arms, baby. Heavy Arms isn't a rare. Oh, he's just an uncommon. Oh. Gun Cannon is a rare. Let's go, dude. same thing. I'm noticing a pattern. It's like backgrounds hollow, and then anything laser or visor related seems to be hollow. If I had to guess, that's probably going to be the theme with this entire situation, this entire box set. Let's go. The boy. Char Aznable. Demi Trainer, a blocker. Hawk of Endymion? 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 Someone can correct me on that. Kai's Resolve. There we go, the boy. Shenlong Gundam. Yeah, I'm going to have favorites. I'm going to pause on commons and things like that, get used to it. White base. Let's go. Huge. Oh, I just noticed the Gundam's like right next to him. Huh. Sick. Gelgoog. Cheng Wufei. And I think this is the... Yeah, this is the rare and the booster. Citizens, take a stand. Add this card to your hand. All your units get AP +2 during this turn. Let's go, dude. Let's go. That booster started with a Xeon card and ended with a Xeon card. Next booster. Naval Bombardment. Zaku 2. Strike Gundam. Ooh, this is cool. Razel. Nice. Kai's Resolve. Again, another one of those command, but also pilot. Choose one friendly unit. It recovers 3. Or you could link pair, essentially, if he's got anything that can do it with him. I have no idea. The other way of drawing, Overflowing Affection. That card is cracked. Choose one rested enemy unit, deal 1 damage to it. Gun Tank. He was too powerful in Gundam Evolution, so they took him to a trading card game. It was the only way to get that guy to calm down. Gundam Heavy Arms. Hey, let's go, Sandrock. You may deploy 1 unit card from your hand. Oh, it's interesting. I don't know. I want to make just a standalone wing deck with like very little tools from the other colors. Oh, there is a color restriction. So, unlike a lot of other trading card games Bandai has, I think One Piece has it, but this game is color restricted, meaning you can have 2 colors mixed. A white-green deck, a green-blue deck, a white-blue deck, but you cannot have white-blue-green, etc. Like, you just can't mix 3 colors. 2 is the cutoff. So you do have to play with some kind of framework or idea in mind. So if I had to guess, because we've already seen it from some of the reveals, some of these keywords that are found in some colors more than likely might appear in others. Simultaneous Fire, Troa Barton, let's go! We already know that a red card is coming with Breach, and up until this point, we saw green cards that essentially were the only way of getting Breach. We now know that there's probably going to be things that are shared. It's just how I expect it to be ran. Overflowing Affection. Oh, this is the rare card. Cool. The holo is like really hard to see on this one, but it's literally just the background. The Witch and the Bride. Oh, it's all across the whole thing too. Nice. Very cool card. I like it too because, like, when you get like artwork from people trying to do faces or animations, usually it's kind of skewed or it doesn't like feel right. All these cards feel very good. I'm not getting Uncanny Valley from like any of it. Like, we can tell this is Soletta Mercury without a doubt. We can tell that's a Jigen. We can tell that's a Ball, obviously. But like, I'm very surprised with how good the artwork is. Again, from other people's videos, I couldn't really tell or see a whole lot of detail or what was going on. In the database, it's a database. It's always going to look its best. This stuff is fire. This stuff's really good. Hey, another Zaku 2. Let's go, dude. I'm going to lose my mind and do backflips when we pull an alt art. I'm going to tell you that right now. There will be no saving me. I'll do a backflip. I'll break my entire setup. It'll be fine. Alright, Kai's Resolve. Shenlong Gundam. God, this stuff's so cool. So cool. That's so sick. like an action pose. Stuff goes hard. Rick Dom, action pose. Gun Tank, action pose. We don't talk about him. And then Gun Cannon. Very nice. Again, it's a beta box, so like you're probably like, oh, I feel like I've seen all the cards in here. We're only several boosters in. There's truth to that. You're mainly just trying to get, you know, your play sets so you can actually play with the mixed card pool that they've given us. Use that limited format to kind of have some games. But again, a lot of these are going to be repeats. And it's just a way for me to kind of make content, talk to you guys, show you how hyped I am. How good these cards look. This is crazy. Oh, is this the rare in this one? Intercept Orders. This one's pretty flat. I'm not gonna lie. You can see it a little bit, but it's like, it's very generic just because there's so much blue being taken up here. And then like you kind of notice it when you get into the silver and everything else. But yeah, this one's probably the flattest one so far. Not really a whole lot going on to it. I like the consensus around the art style when it was first revealed. I know we had a few naysayers at the beginning, but it seems like everybody really enjoys the artwork and the fact that these are not screenshot cutout artwork pieces, and these are all actually really well done pieces of art. Big fan. Big fan. Oh. Banneker Links. Hey, that's what's up. I think it's our first one of this one. Perfect Strike Gundam. 666. Choose one enemy with HE, return it to its owner's hand when deployed. Nice. Oh, he's a blocker too. Yeah, this guy's nasty. This guy's sick. That's a lot of utility on a body. Hollow on this one's a little bit easier to see. It's probably just not doing it any justice right now, but the explosion, the sky, all of it. Again, the Gundam is the flat piece here, kind of pulling you towards the center. Really well thought out. I probably threw that card down. Somebody was like, how dare you disrespect this beta card? I promise you, it just caught air. I didn't throw it that hard. I just let go. Demi-Trainer. Hawk. Gundam. MA form. Comment down below if you know what MA form means, and I'll give you a thumbs up. Banneker Links. If I had to guess, the alt art is probably the last card if we get one. Citizens take a stand. Let's go, baby. Sigzeon. Let's go. Dropping space colonies on planets. 101. Also, your boy is cooking in this room. I should have turned on the AC, but I was scared of the mic not being adjusted for it. I don't know if I can do another unboxing without that AC on. The things I go through for you guys to enjoy really nice unboxings. Oh, here we go. Here's our other LR. Wing Gundam. Okay, so now we can see it out of... Oh, so nice. Okay, so texture hit on this one. Again, it does the whole thing where it's like really good, deep, bold lines on the unit itself, the Gundam. And then just really good animating lines. So we've got swooshes from over here, getting to our focal point in the back. Oh, that looks so good. That's so good. Such a pretty card. That's crazy. And like, the wild thing is that this is just the LR version. There's an alt art version of it, which is very different in terms of art style and how it looks. But the fact that the texture and the artwork is so good on this, like, I'm kind of like, okay, like if I get an alt art, great. If I don't, I'm not disappointed by these one bit. There's a lot of card games where it's like, if I didn't get the alt art, I'm kind of like, oh man, like I really don't like the normal one, but I'll use it because it's like a key element in a deck I want to play. But this is sick. Like, this is really good. I like this a lot. I'm kind of used to these textures too, because like, this is very reminiscent to alt arts in Battle Spirits Saga. Very deep texture lines, very easy to see details. The only unfortunate part is when you sleeve these guys, those details kind of fall flat because you're obviously sleeving it to protect it. But man, are they pretty. Very, very pretty. All right, let's see what we got. will we get a hit? Oh, hold on. Let me stack these bad boys. Will we get a hit on the last box? Or excuse me, the last oh, we got 2 more boosters. I'm ahead of myself. Thoroughly damaged. Chang Wufei. I feel like some of these we might already have 4 ofs, or at least 3 ofs. Hey, the Witch and the Bride. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Alright, we're gonna get this out of order, unfortunately, just so I can move it along. Saku 2. Maybe in the next one, because I'm just talking so much, we really didn't read the cards on this. Next week's video, which again, these come out weekly, I will actually read the cards. Maybe we'll talk about them a little bit more. This feels thick. Why is this one so thick? That's like noticeably thicker. That's crazy. That was weird. Maybe I got an odd cut card. I'm not sure. Durabald. Hey, the other LR. Let's go. Okay, so we got 1 of each. 2 technically because of the topper for Wing Gundam. But this is RX-78 Gundam LR edition, so different than the other one we were looking at a moment ago from the normal resource pack. This one's just got so much going on. Again, deep lines. You can even see it in the lens to the beam rifle. Shiny bits from the beam rifle barrel itself. But just a whole lot of, I don't know what you call this, like small circles, varying sizes, kind of all speckled in on the back. That looks really good. That's crazy. I like that a lot. That's so sick. All right, yeah. I really hope we pull an alt art, just so I can kind of like show off like how vividly different those artworks and the way they're shown off is displayed versus just the standard way we're looking at them right now. The standard pose. All right. Gone. Ball. Alt art in the last pack. Will it happen? Ooh, that felt thick too. I don't know what it is, but I'm pulling some of these. I'm like, man, some of these are noticeable. Noticeable. Ah, Gundam Aerial, normal. Okay. This alt art, though, pretty cool. Just from my understanding, this card's not all that great. But either way, still sick. Gundam Aerial. While there are 4 or more command cards in your trash, this card in your hand gets a cost of -2. Ooh, what? It's crazy. Alright guys, that is the first unboxing, the contents, what to expect if you get your hands on one of the Gundam beta boxes. Again, we will have more of these unboxing videos. The next one, I'll kind of talk about the cards more so than my feelings or what's going on or the contents themselves. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace!